Hey everybody, welcome. A special live stream. As you guys know, I wasn't going to be streaming today, but what's happened today? Well, X is broken out, right? Very key level. So we're going to be talking about that. Rich mode is activated. That's the title of the video because Hex is about to start to do some magic. We already had that first wave from the bottom. Nice return there. Was it a 5.3x? Consolidated over 1 cent and now busting over 2 cents. So it is time. The time has begun. Rich mode activated. We've got Bitcoin over 90K. Exciting times ahead. It is going to be pretty awesome. So we're going to celebrate that in a short live stream today. Hope you guys enjoy it. So get into the chat there, folks. Tell us about your excitement. Did you accumulate Hex on Pulse Chain, Hex on Ethereum, whatever? Let us know. Did you make more stakes? What's your strategy? Anything you want to talk about, you get in there and get into the chat there and make it lively. It's good to celebrate these turning points. It's going to be pretty exciting. So yeah, we got some good stuff to talk about. So let's have a look where we are. We got Brian in the house, our community leader. Hey Brian, hope you're doing well. Big shout out to you. I guess it's Saturday in the US. It is Sunday here in good old New Zealand at the bottom of the world. It is at 12 p.m. So it's noon. Here and it's raining outside, so there we go. Hope you guys are having a good time. All right, let's see. We got Hedgehog in the house as well. Woo! Yeah, get excited. I think it's pretty bullish, right? Pretty bullish. All right, so should we have a look at the Hex chart? Let's do that, Pull that up. And once again, if you're new to the channel, we are streaming over 3 channels. Hex token channel, of course, Superman Crypto, and Pulse Chain X, over 10,500 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button. Thank you so much for all the support over the years. Looks like Hex is about to start making its magic run, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So very cool. Brian says it was a nice clear day today in New York. How about that? New York, the city of dreams, apparently, not just for US citizens as well, apparently. So there we go. We're going to have a lot of fun. What else there? Brian says, I'll be back in Arizona by Christmas, though. Can't wait, says Brian. How about that? So what's that, 50 states in the United States? Everyone loves to travel. Imagine trying to travel all 50 states. That'd be pretty crazy. All right, so let's have a look. We're going to also have a look at PDI. We're going to look at Maker as well, funny enough. We're going to have a look at some charts. So we're going to have a bit of fun here around Hex, but largely we're going to be talking about Hex. We might have a few look at some of our favorites as well, see how they're going. All right, let's get into it and go for gold. So this is the Hex chart, folks. This is Hex Pulse, P-Hex as they call it, or Hex on Pulse Chain. This is the Magic Carpet Ride chain, of course, Pulse Chain. And you can see that we've got the daily chart sitting up here. And man, it has played out very nicely indeed. We had a golden cross. So that's a golden cross is when we get the 50-day, which is in yellow line, over the 200-day line, which is in orange there. We had that all the way back on 6th of October, signaling that times were about to change. We're moving into golden cross bull mode. And we had a beautiful rally, as I said earlier. We had a pretty beautiful rally here from the bottom at just up below 3600th of a penny on Hex and Pulse Chain, and we rallied up in 25 days, 430%, so 5.3x, as I mentioned earlier. We had a consolidation period here, just over 1 cent. We did pierce it just briefly here on the 4th, got down to 9400th of a penny, so that was your last chance. And of course, essentially a 1 cent defense, and that was a very bullish sign. Rather than retracing all the way back like we had seen before, we got that very bullish sign. Of course, the election was bullish for crypto generally, and very bullish for Pulse Chain, arguably with the SEC changes expected. So here we are. We've had this big, nice rally at the moment. So we're on a second tier. So let's have a look at that. We'll take it from the bottom here, and let's see how high we can go. So we're sitting at around about, what's the price now? 224. So we're sitting about 140%, so 2.5x inside 12 days. So inside 12 days, so pretty exciting. And things look like we can even move higher. The RSI is currently 77. We have been up at around 88. So there's no reason why we can't keep going there. Let's see how high we might go. We're going to use the Fibonacci extension for that. So if you guys haven't seen that, we're going to use that. So let's get rid of the RSI and have a look where this might go to. So let's do that. let's pull up our trend-based fib extension. We're going to go from, I guess, the top of the move, I think it is, down to the bottom of the move. And no, that's the wrong way. We're going to do it the opposite way. We're going to go from the bottom to the top. And let's go for gold there. So we're going to go from the bottom of the move to the top of the previous move. I'm going to pull that back down, and that's going to give us our golden ratio extensions there. So we've got a next target as a 1.618. That would be 2.9 cents. That's our next target on the range here with the Fibonacci extension. So that would be around about here. So that would be where we would be trying to target at the moment. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Let's see here, what else we're going to use. I'm going to use a little, let's go for the drawing actually, and we're going to little arrow here, and that is kind of the direction we're looking at there. So 2.9 cents on this move based on Fibonacci's. Obviously, you can use other methods for trying to work that out, but that's a good one. 2.9 cents there at the moment. So we're up and away, right? Up and away. So let's have a quick look at the history of HEX. Obviously, HEX on Pulse Chain, been around since what, the 13th of May last year. So yeah, we had the system state fork, what, the 10th of May last year, and of Ethereum, and of course the biggest airdrop at the time with the launch of Pulse Chain. This is a history of the HEX price. This is weekly charts, so this is weekly because there's so much data. And of course, we got the launch all the way back here, I guess, 3rd of December 2019, can you believe it? And of course, we had the AA lobby, right? What was it running for? 350 days, 351 days, something like that. And that ran all the way through to November 19, was it? Yeah, I think it was November 19, 2020. So around about here. Funny enough, this is where our 50 moving average starts from in yellow. And then we had all our parabolic rises, right? So all the parabolic rises all the way up into after the big payday event here in November, the market sold it down. We were at the time, we were probably up at 1.44 cents. But that was pretty exciting, getting over 1 cent. If you'd been there on HEX, we briefly did that, and that was very exciting. Around big payday as well, at the end of AA lobby. And then we had a big pullback, came all the way back down to 2300 of a penny, which is funny. It's not too far where we were with the HEX on Pulse Chain. And then we had that big rally right on Ethereum. So this is all on Ethereum, of course. And we had that big rally all the way up to arguably 52 cents. There was one exchange, I think, that had 56 cents. I think Richard often quotes that, but really 52 cents, I think, is generally accepted. And we got that here. It's 51 cents showing up here. But 51, 52 cents is where we got to on that move in September 2021. So that's kind of the background. And obviously, the price started getting profit taking. We had big profit takers coming in here. And people were starting, once they did profit taking, we saw people posting their Lamborghinis in the United States, things like that. And then eventually we got to the Pulse Chain launch, right, last year. And you can see that we had quite a big, nice rally. We rallied all the way from 1.7 cents all the way up to about 12.7 cents there. And down we came, right? Actually, this one here was 20 cents. This is the one I think Rack and Rochelle was involved with. This little pump here up to 20 cents. And then, of course, we ended up having this pre-Pulse Chain launch rally, which was a pretty nice gain at the time, actually, wasn't it? So what was that gain? That was 583% gain before Pulse Chain launch. That was 6.8x inside, a few whiles there, 70 days, inside 70 days. And then, of course, we had the launch, and down we came. And, of course, by the time we got to the 31st of July, and here, this candle here, that's when we started getting, obviously, the SEC coming in and crashing the price out, and the rest of the history. And currently, we obviously have separated prices, right, from this arrow, because now we have EHEX and PHEX, right, EHEX and PHEX. And so now we've got EHEX here at 2300 of a penny. But, of course, that was combined price before this orange arrow was combined price, right? It was basically EHEX. That was the only one in existence. But after that, we had EHEX and PHEX, and we can see the history of PHEX here. Let's go to the weekly here. So that's the weekly chart there for PHEX, and we're looking very, very good indeed. So at 2.24 cents at the moment, with a high so far of 2.319 cents. So good, looking pretty good. Not all-time high yet. I mean, back here in the week of the 4th of March, 24, we had a price of 2.934 cents. But of course, this is the SEC candle, right? That's where we worked down the SEC candle, this big red one. And of course, 31st July 2023. And of course, on the opening day, which, you know, we had a lot of volatility and lots of stuff, we had a high of 4.3 cents. So we're heading in the right direction. And man, next target 2.9 cents, 2.618 Fibonacci is just under 4.5 cents. So that's kind of, I guess, the natural range. But the RSI might just get us to 2.9. That's kind of where I feel there's enough room in the RSI there. So that is pretty much that. So that's kind of a bit of a history of where HEX has gone. And of course, it's been pretty fun to see that. Now, obviously, we're talking about Pulse Chain being the magic carpet ride chain, right? Magic carpet ride chain. And here we are. This is the ETH, all that ETH that was raised in the Pulse chain. A lot of it went in here. And of course, this is a tracker look into rh.com. And you can see the current value. Actually, let's refresh here just to make sure we've got the latest and greatest. We've got the value at $538 million. And of course, this is down 16.6% at the moment, down 107 million. Now, as I remember rightly, this is staked, I think, in earning yield. So it will be actually less than that with yield. And but here is all the prices, the DCA prices that were entered into the calculation. And so, yeah, we've got to get back up to this. We got total entry position, $645 million. We currently worth 538, but this could quickly turn around pretty much. DCA entry is $3,773 of ETH. That's what the ETH price was. Current price is $3,146. And so we're waiting for it to get over that yellow line there and Magic Carpet Ride. Now, obviously, there's a couple of things you could do with Magic Carpet Ride money. You can pump charts directly, and of course we know that V2 pools are used on Pulse Chain, and so you can have everything go up at the square root of value. Obviously, that doesn't include the sellers, but it can be very powerful, particularly if you pump a Pulse, then you're going to pump the rest of them. So Pulse is really the key coin there. Obviously, we've seen HEX kind of lead the way. Previously, we had seen PulseX get pumped and Incentive Token get pumped. But of course, if you want to lift the whole water is Pulse Chain, you can do it that way, right? So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that plays out. Secondly, you can move into the smart contracts with stable coins and try to peg those. Obviously, we've been seeing another theory around that with PDI. We can see a PDI at the moment, 61/100th of a penny, doing pretty well. And of course, the contracts on Pulse Chain got copied over, right? People are trying to resurrect them. We've got Maker at the moment at $31.16 over on Pulse Chain. So you can see that the market is anticipating this optionality here with these stables. Now, obviously, that could mean also collateralizing all Richard Hart tokens. So it could end up catalyzing PulseX, Pulse, and the HEX, for example, inside there. So if we do get these contract resurrections, which people have put together good evidence for, then yeah, Magic Carpet Ride has a number of tools it could be using to increase dramatically, and I say dramatically increase the value of the chain, all the while Ethereum is pumping. And if Ethereum goes up to, it's currently $3,100. If it goes up to $10,000, $15,000, $25,000, all that value is going to be able to be moved in to HEX here. Now, obviously on Pulse Chain, you can have that collateral. On Ethereum, you could have this. Ethereum could be used to collateralize the wrap version of Maker, P-Maker, for example, over on Ethereum. So there's lots of different avenues that value could be created all of a sudden, and the chain really re-rate, which would feed into HEX a big time, right? So there's a number of levers that can be put in play, as well, of course, as growth and adoption just in the number of users, and of course the makeup of the users, right? We've got VCs coming, we've got people with big money coming. I'm less a fan of network predictions and more of a fan of those show me the money players. obviously the bigger players that you pull in, that's really what moves markets in terms of crypto for the most part, unless you've really got some key killer app mass adoption protocols. So obviously we're pretty keen, obviously, to get more of those top tier GameFiers like Mafia, top tier DeFi like PUSD ALGO. These things could be killer apps on Pulse Chain that attract a lot of capital and a lot of users. But nevertheless, we're still moving, still slowly moving at the moment. Obviously, Pulse Chain's mostly dominated. The successful ones are dominated by DAO tokens, obviously Richard Heart tokens, but DAO tokens like PDGC, for example, UFO, arbitrage protocols tend to do okay as well. So they've all got kind of arbitrage in them. And obviously, meme coins come and go. Some that are particularly good burning or got influences backing them typically can do well. And of course, some of the major PRC20s that can track sort of with the general market tend to do okay as well. Now, looking at that, we've got wrapped Bitcoin over on Pulse Chain. So interesting to see how that's been doing. It got up to recently on the daily up to $356 on that Bitcoin pump. So we are getting a bit of a re-rate there. The copy is the Pulse Chain copy of the Ethereum version of wrapped Bitcoin. Remember, wrapped Bitcoin has got a custodial and it gets backed with real, theoretically at least, backed with real Bitcoin. So that's how it trades on Ethereum. And so that's only a subset of total Bitcoin, of course. And therefore, this is a copy of that. But at the moment, the market's pricing up $277 per wrapped Bitcoin over here on Pulse Chain. So we've got lots of different avenues happening over here. And we're going to be obviously continuing to watch the amount of X's that are being made. The green here is the amount of X's that you would have in Ethereum at the moment. And of course, we've got Bitcoin in there as well in blue. So huge X's on those. And of course, we've got 1750 on ETH at the moment. We've got 1766 on ETH, 86,131 X's on BTC. We've got EHEX at the moment is sitting down at what we got there, 9.25 on EHEX. Looking at PHEX at the moment, looks like 4.35 at the moment on the PHEX there. So obviously we're looking for those big X's during the bull market. So let's see where we head in the months ahead. Obviously we're pretty bullish, particularly up until March, April, and given the fact that Trump is one. With a very pro-crypto, sovereign state crypto support, we could see that rally continue right through the 2025 year, maybe a double top, something like that, or just a continued rally in the market. So with dips on the way, of course, there's always dips on the way, profit taking always on the way there. So that's some of the stuff there. Let's have a quick look. Who else has been made any comments? Brian says, I've been to many states, but I think Sandy has bet me. And NJ said, how long have you been in crypto? How long have I been in crypto? 2015, end of 2015, I think. What do we got? Brian and House said 50 cents. Those are wild times. The number 3 token by market cap, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So yeah, Hex was one of the 4 or 5 top cryptos last bull market, and that's pretty special if you can get on one of those. These days, of course, back then there was thousands of cryptos. Now there are hundreds of thousands. Like every cat and dog can make their own. It's been democratized. Let's say you can make your own contracts, and that's what we see constantly. So there are just tens of thousands. Now, how many valuable ones there are? Well, it's probably still in the maybe sub 1,000 coins that are actually got some decent value. Cheers, folks, says Bob. You're most welcome. Hey, good to see you, Bob. And we've got Brian says 9 years for me too, boss, says Brian. Yeah, Brian's a boss man as well. We've got a lot of bosses in the house today. We've got a lot of bosses. So there we go. That is pretty much it. We can see at the moment that Bitcoin's holding up pretty well, 90,555. Isn't that beautiful? See that? Well, everyone's waiting for the dominance to fall. It's 57% at the moment. Now, we know at the bottom of the cycle typically falls to around 40%. 57% at the moment. So we're expecting this to continue to rise probably, maybe get up as high as 70%, definitely 65%, something like that. And then altcoin season's on, right? So that's kind of the traditional play, Bitcoin to Ethereum to altcoins. So should it follow that kind of traditional play, which we do expect with wealth transfers and stuff like that, then it'll be pretty exciting. Now, just how high will Bitcoin go this cycle? Obviously we've been talking 90 to 100K for Christmas. We're obviously well ahead of that now that we're in mid-November. And of course, that means that we can pull forward maybe a higher value into this year, maybe 120K by the end of the year. And then 150, 180 by March, April next year. And then we definitely, with Trump leadership and everything else going positive, barring any geopolitical wars or economic meltdowns or something like, something really left field, then we're talking, $250,000 Bitcoin definitely on the cards for next year. End of next year, let's be pragmatic as much as possible. But we have Ethereum ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, not only in the US, but in Asia and in Europe. And we're also going to have, obviously, a strategic fund with Trump that suggests that we could get sovereign states competing for Bitcoin, as well as all the big trust funds, the retirement funds, and all those sort of things, IRAs, whatever you call it. They could all be starting to accumulate a position in Bitcoin through the ETFs, primarily for those that have risk management. So things are about to go pretty crazy in crypto, I think. And this could be way bigger than 2021 now that we have these investment vehicles that directly access all capital markets, if you think about it. And now it does take several years for corporates to get their head around Bitcoin in terms of their investment strategies. But I think it's pretty much when you've got the nation states in the biggest country in the world looking at a strategic fund, it's pretty exciting where this could go. And of course, you got the biggest investment firms like BlackRock and stuff like that. Now, there are obviously always pros and cons, control versus democracy there with crypto, because the more the fat cats come in and take over the market, the more it looks like stock market eventually. So you will get some sort of maturation at some stage. So, but man, this cycle is going to be legitimately good. So, and I think we've seen a little bit of that power recently with the Bitcoin rise. So that's pretty exciting. Hex, of course, looking very good. 2.273 cents. Man. Target 2.9 on the fib. Very excited about where this is going. Hope you guys are celebrating. It really is a great turning point. And a magic carpet ride really hasn't even kicked in. It's pretty crazy there. What else there? We got Excavator and House there. Howdy, folks. Good to see Excavator. What a do, baby boo, says Tilly Forelli. Hey, good to see you, Tilly Forelli. What else there? $250,000 LFG, says Brian. Absolutely. I know that Rags to Riches had a far more conservative view on where the crypto is going. I heard him the other day. This is Brandon we're talking about. What was it, 120 or something like that, or 90 to 120. No, I think the numbers are going to be much bigger than that. We're already at 90K, and things are just getting warmed up, just getting started. We've got President Trump being sworn in on the 20th of January, assuming Deep State doesn't take him out by then, because he's going to gut the Deep State, right? So you watch them. There's going to be some shenanigans, I'm sure, between now and then. And of course, then we've got Senate hearings for the cabinets. The cabinet is fantastic that he's going to put in. There's one or two people I would have probably changed, but other than that, this is the dream team. And of course, the Uni Party and the Deep State are going to try and resist this as much as possible. So it's going to be interesting to see that play out. But apart from that, should that all go forward, we're going to see some magic in the United States and a real turning point. The end of maybe pulling down the authoritarians in Europe that are wrecking with the West. So let's see where we go for that. So fingers crossed that they can put a lot of pressure on returning the West to freedom and democracy. That'd be really cool too, while we enjoy our crypto gains. A concern for BTC is governments hoarding it. It wasn't the purpose. Them holding huge bags while the plebs play with Satoshi is not good. Hey, it's just a function of markets, really, isn't it? So if you're here now, you're going to make the gain. If you come later, you will be competing with governments and corporates, investment houses. So it's just the way it goes. That's the only way you get the big dollars. The retail book, the retail book could do it, but man, that's had plenty of time for the retail book to get on board. And so a lot of people are just ignorant, right? There you go out there, they're just ignorant. And so it's just a bit like a foreign language when you're talking to a lot of people. They go, oh, crypto, yeah, I'll go down to McDonald's. I'm going to go to McDonald's now. You tell them about crypto, I'm off to the McDonald's. It's like, well, you can't really help them, can you? What What else you got there? Brian says greed, but it's all they can do to get some while you can't still can. That's right. So that's so true. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Hex to the moon, success photo. Absolutely. I mean, this chart's looking great, isn't it? This is the weekly chart on Hex, by the way. Good evening, suit man. Woohoo! LFG. Yeah, you got to be excited, man. This is so bullish. We've waited a long time for this. This is a key marker. That first rally was obviously a very positive sign. We sort of pretty much defended once in, and now it's off to the races, 2.27. So what's the price targets, right? Get in the chat there. Let us know what your price targets are. I know that Rags the other day said $1 to $3. I think that's a pretty fair play. If the Magic Cart Ride does play in the big time, I could see us going well above that. And depending on where Bitcoin goes to, if it does get to those big numbers that I'm talking about by the end of 25, then yeah, it's you're talking about the $10 marks definitely implausible for X. Now, obviously, there's big profit takers on the way, so you got to take that into account. It's easy to talk about moon math, but you've always got sellers, right? You always got sellers. So you got to maybe remind yourself that sellers are like a bucket of water that gets splashed in your face. It's damn icy cold, and it wakes you up, right? So just remember that. Enjoy the ride, but just remember take profits on the way up, because you just never know when that top is. You're always going to look for a rounding in the chart, but yeah, like I say, just remember that. Taxini in this house. Zen is sweet ass. Yeah. Hey, look. I know some people were sort of negative. Hey, look. I think the launch of Zen was highly inefficient and an economic waste. I participated in it from day one, but $150 million on gas fees and stuff. That's pretty ridiculous. That's why I like Titanx. The Titanx is a wasted period because you've got the buy and burns capture a lot of the ETH value. I know that they've obviously some big whales, have siphoned out in January and etc. But I think that that the in game, if there was no in game for Zen, that would be a problem, right? But there is an in game, and that is X1 chain, and I'm pretty bullish on that first Solana fork. So pretty bullish on X1, and we know it's getting very close. We just moved to testnet, the final testnet. Looks like we're going to be going to mainnet alpha potentially. I don't know, by December. It's definitely looking good. There, and of course Dex as well, Dex, and of course it's going to have all the bells and whistles, all the latest and greatest stuff in there from what I can tell. I think tokenomics is going to be the hardest thing. That's always been for Jack Levin the hardest thing for him to get right. He's very good. He's a technology guy, right? But we'll see whether he can pull it together. He's got to have fair economics too for the allocations, particularly if he's still doing burn parties. But yeah, I'm pretty positive, pretty optimistic about it. Very excited for X1 for sure. Now, will he have corporate deals? Being in Silicon Valley, will he have corporate deals for that? Will he have influencers on, the Solana influencers that add a lot of value with their launches? There's lots of different things that could come in there. I know he's been attracting developers into his developer group on Telegram. So there's lots of different, dials, we could say, that he can turn on. And so let's see where he ends up and if he can pull it all together and create some good value at the end of the day. What else there? We got what's shaking Hexkins from Check My Pulse. Well, we're just celebrating the price, really. I thought I wasn't going to do a live stream today, but I couldn't resist doing a live stream because the Hex is really breaking out nicely. So let's celebrate it, right? Let's come out of retirement for the day. The aristocrats are all nutters. That is true. They're more balmy than ever these days. If you look in a history book and you look back, people will look back at this time. They'll think that people were insane. I'll tell you, they're going to look insane. Now, it's not all people, of course. Because it looks like in the US, the common sense people came back in, and people that love freedom and democracy and all that, they have ended up winning the day. So yeah, the communists and authoritarians and the globalists have been smashed back. So it's good news for all of us, and ultimately the children, right? Leaving the children alone, which they started targeting the children. I think that was kind of the end point, the turning point, where the moderates started moving to the right into the conservatives and the libertarians. So. Thank goodness for that. It's still a battle in front of us. Don't kid yourself. Still got lots of battles in front for common decency to come back, but I think we dodged a bullet so far, and hopefully Trump will help to smash all those infrastructures that they set in. Like I say, if they had another 4 years, the Democrats would have taken permanent power. They almost had it because they control the mainstream media, and so yeah, they control the education institutions and the unions. So we were very lucky. Hopefully he can destroy all those and the globalist networks that they're trying to do using UN and EU templates that we're going to impose that on all of us. So we're lucky so far, so good. Bullish EHEX is Andrea. Yeah, absolutely. EHEX probably going to do pretty well. I haven't actually pulled it up at the moment, but that's a 2200th of a penny. We'll have a quick look at that again. DCA in, DCA out says check my pulse. Some wise words there. We got Duke in the house there. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, a beer for everybody. Yeah, drink up large. It's looking pretty good, right? Looking pretty good. So here we are. Let's have a quick look. So we're at 2.269 cents on HEX. Looking very good with the target price here on the Fibonacci extension of a 2.9 cents for this particular move. We've got enough room in the RSI for that. But hey, sometimes RSIs can stay elevated, but I think that's probably where we'll go. And that's previously where we went last time, like here on the 4th of March. That's where we got to as well, 2.934. So I think it's pretty reasonable at this stage. But we are busting higher because we were capped out at 1.8 cents. We've now moved over 2 cents, so looking pretty bullish. EHEX has probably quite a bit of room. This will lag, probably lag. And we're at 2200th of a penny at the moment on the old HEX, so keep a lookout for that. Could be a nice little accumulation there too. We did see what BankX selling the other day, so did a big sell the other day. So I'm not actually sure their final balance at the moment. Obviously, that was a bit of an error by the Hex Goldwell, sacrificing was it 800 million? Yeah, 800 million tokens for the BankX sacrifice. That was a bit of a blunder. Not sure why that happened, but nevertheless, we will see where that goes. So let's go to Richard Hart. Richard Hart there. So this is the magic carpet ride balance for Ethereum from the Pulse Chain sacrifices. We are down 17% at the moment on this, but this excludes any yield being earned. So DCA entry price $3,773. Current price $3,137. So a lot better than where we were. Remember, we were back down to $2,200 on ETH just not long ago. So it's good to be back up, right? Good to be back up here. Now, in fact, we're quite pretty low down here. Yeah, 2,287 on the 6th of September. We were down, what was the price? The portfolio value was down at $391 million, and yet it was worth 645 on the way in. So wow. So yeah, I mean, you can talk about the timing of the entry into ETH and all that sort of stuff, but we're going to exclude that discussion because we talk about it in Discord. All right, so that's kind of where we are at the moment. And interesting enough, the PDI maker theory, PDI at 6100th of a penny, looking pretty good on the charts. Actually, the orange line is the 1 cent marker. So not only we're talking about HEX going up over 2.2 cents, but we're also PDI could be doing some magic there. And of course, people that hold to the maker theory, maker has also rallied pretty strongly in a little wee while. Look at this. There's people that believe in this. $4 all the way up to $31. That has been a 670% gain inside 73 days. So a 7.8x on maker there on Pulse Chain. Pretty impressive, right? Pretty impressive. Oh, well, looks like we've got some excitement in the chat there. Brian has gifted 5 HEX token memberships. Big shout out to Brian. Brian's out of one of our 2 community leaders, so big shout out to Brian for that. And who's got one there? Check my pulse. Joey Torres, Andrew Naismith, John Gibbons, and Justin Cooper. Cooper there. Congratulations on 5 of you as HEX token memberships there on the YouTube. Thanks once again, Brian, for his awesome support and leadership. Christine in the house there. Does anyone know if app HEX Scout has admin? I need some help with the question, but can't get a reply. Who can I contact? For HEX Scout itself, well, obviously Brian is our Discord community leader there, along with Archie. Brian specializes particularly in HEX and Bitcoin and things like that. But HEX Scout has their own X channel, so you can hit them up on X. I think they are fairly responsive. That you may be able to even directly message them on there. They might respond to you, Christine. So let us know how you get on there. Probably the play to go. DG and Hexkin with the Superman. Hey, like that with the big heart. Hey, Superman from Christine. Looking good. What else we got there? We got I entered Hex day 396. Was calling me strong. I think I missed big payday by 1 day. I remember thinking this feels good when I saw I was in state class. Congratulations, Hexkins. Happy holidays. Yeah. Merry Christmas to you. Conservatives use Merry Christmas because that's what it was in the West. But I know people, all the progressives try to indoctrinate people using Happy Holidays. As conservative, we're staying with Merry Christmas and Happy Good Christmas holidays. We got Duke of Oboz there. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you. I love that beer thing. It's a good celebration for sure. Jump in Discord, says Brian. He can try and help you there as well. Thanks so much. You're most welcome, Christine. All right. So let's get where we were. So the celebration is around Hex. That's on the weekly chart. Let's go to the daily. Have a quick look at that. Look at that on the daily. It gives you that granular look there. Look at that. Bullish crosses all around. Golden cross here back on 6th of October. And then we've had some short-term bullish crosses as well. This pink line is the 13-day moving average for Hex, and the 34-day is in purple. We've had bullish cross there. So everything is just played in very well for Hex here. And then we've got a big breakout today. Isn't that awesome? So good news here. And of course, everyone's enjoying those mad gains. Now, some people may have picked up the price down here, all the way down at 3,600 of a penny. So you guys are really loving it because you guys have done very well. We know people in our Discord have done that. So congratulations to them. And they are up 546%. So 6.5x in 68 days. And things are just warming up because this is looking very exciting as well. Now, obviously, if we get to 2.9 cents, that would be a pretty nice gain of, that's our next target on the fib. That would be a 708% gain, so a 8.08x there. That'd be pretty awesome. So exciting times for where we're going. Let's go back to the weekly, though, and have a look at where we could be heading next. Well, obviously, if we follow the fib extension, we've got 4.5 cents at 2.618 extension there. A 3.618 extension takes us to 6 cents on Hex, and then 4.236 is 7 cents. Now, obviously, we're going to need the RSI to cool off. Just remember that. But man, exciting times ahead as well. In fact, let's have a quick look at the weekly RSI. The weekly's RSI is at 70, so it is just hit the overbought territory. So just remember that. But I think we've got probably enough room to get to that 2.9 cents. The daily is at just entered over the overbought period. We're at 76, 77. We could get up to 88. That would take us, probably give us a chance to try and get close to that 2.9. But then we probably will need some cooling off. Now, we have stayed elevated before. See this here, quite elevated RSI back when we did that first big rally of a 5.3x. So that's definitely in play. So we could stay elevated here, get us quite comfortably to 2.9 on that fib. So exciting times. See what the 4-hourly looks like. Yeah, 4-hourly a little bit hot at the moment. But apart from that, I think we're still looking pretty good there. Now, we might have enough room for the monthly. That's the monthly one there. Monthly RSI is only at 60. So everything is looking pretty good. And we had 3 weekly candles in a row so far. And we got increased volumes as well. So not bad, not bad. Fun times ahead for the old Hex there. We got Wookie in the house there. Wookie was outside in the garden. He didn't even realize, because I did a sneak live show, didn't I, Wookie? I sneaked up on you with that. Wookie needs to get himself together. You do indeed. We got Conspiracy Crypto in the house there. What's up, family? Well, Hex is up, and that's what we're celebrating today. And I hope everyone's enjoying that. Very cool. Now, we are seeing a little bit of movement in EHEX. We're up to 2300th of a penny, so we're seeing EHEX move. Let's go to the hourly on EHEX and see like that is EHEX at the moment. So 2300 a penny. Recently went up to a quarter of a penny. So we'll see whether it can make much room on that. Yeah, very excited. We're looking at, obviously, the Magic Heart Ride balance in Ethereum. Obviously, there's the Ethereum that was from the Pulse Chain sacrifices. So here we have the portfolio under by 17%. This excludes any yield that's being earned by the ETH. It's down $108 million at the moment, but this thing turns around very quickly, as we all know. Because recently we were up at 3,300 ETH, and it wasn't too far down. What's that? 33, 70, $78 million down a bit at the moment. But of course, if this goes to $10,000 ETH or whatever, 15,000, 25,000, whatever you think the ETH's going to be the cycle, this could get pretty valuable, right into the billions quite easily. Very excited about that. PDI is at 6,100th of a penny, looking good for that 1 cent. Maker has had an absolute tear as well. So if you're in the make a die theory there, that's one of the potential leverages for Richard Hart, and then that's looking pretty good. And of course, the Magic Heart Ride itself is looking pretty good. Also, this excludes any other funds, AA lobby funds or anything else that's out there. or even Richard's own personal, bags as well. Who knows what Richard will play out this bull market. So yeah, kind of cool. And of course, we're all looking for those mad X gains, a bit like Ethereum and Bitcoin we've seen in the charts here, where they're up, thousands of X's, particularly Bitcoin, of course. Bitcoin looking pretty amazing. Then obviously Pulse Chain and Pulse Chain Hex looking forward to some big gains as well. So we're still early in the Pulse Chain or PHEX game here. That's that pink line, which is currently showing at 4.35 on this chart. There's lots of other charts here on lookintohex.com, so you can check out all these. Pretty cool. What else we got here? So lots of upside potential coming on, and at the moment crypto is holding up very well indeed for that big move. I see the XRP is actually up 26% today. That's a big move. I really don't like XRP, but hey, look, can't argue with the market at the moment. Let's go here. Let's see what else we got going there. We've got you're not wrong, Super, says Wookie. Yeah, I took you off guard, didn't I? Yo, Mammy's in house there. When Moon is happening, and we're enjoying it. Moon is happening here. Let's go into full chart mode here. And as I said earlier, we've got 2.26 cents at the moment for Hex on Pulse Chain, or PHEX as it's called, and the target price on the Fibonacci 2.9 cents. So arguably we've got enough room in the RSI. Head for that. That would give us a nice little rally of a 27% more potentially in this move if that does get hit. So there we go. And RSI is just entered about 75 on the daily. Wookie says Sandy Beach is doing well and resting up. That's good to hear. Sandy Beach is obviously a popular community member in the Hex Pulse Chain community, and also one of our moderators as well. Yes, she is. Yeah, it's great to hear that. Good news. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying the pump, as it were. Let's go to the hourly chart, and we might get rid of the overlays, and let's have a look at that for a little while. And we're going to auto log that. Bam, there we go. That is the Hex price at the moment, and previously we got up to out on the hourly 2.3 cents. We're at 2.26 cents at the moment. So get right in the chat there if you're really excited about where Hex is going, and let us know. Now we have actually seen some big Hex stakes lately. Have you noticed that? I've been quite interested by that, seeing some big Hex staking. Quite long too, so that's a real long belief in the markets from people. So yeah, pretty exciting. That we may see some more applications for Hex as well. Obviously we've had Hex derivatives. Should we have a look at some of those? Because obviously Hex is doing really well. So let's have a quick look at the Hex derivatives. Let's jump out of there and have a look at the Hex derivatives. See how they're going at the moment. We're going to rank them by yield. So Maximus. Now I said Maximus was going to be the one that people were going to sleep on. But this is 2.6 cents now, up 20% today. So really good. Now, Maximus, if you guys are not familiar, is the 15.2 year Hex staking pool. This was set up by a dip catcher in Gold Key. And of course, this has been amazing. What else? I think during the bear market, they ended up with all their products getting over 2 billion Hex off, I think, off the market. I can't remember. I think that included Alex McFurder's products, but I think it was 2 billion off the market, and it was so fantastic results. Now this is going to be one of the two whales. So Maximus is going to be one of the two whales out beyond 2030. There's going to be the Hex Gold Whale, and there's going to be the Maximus. Those are the two big heavyweights, and it's going to be pretty interesting. Excluding OA stuff, they're going to be pretty, which I think ends 2031. Last time I checked, they're going to be the big whales. Now, I don't think Hex Gold Whale is going to be doing much with the Hex at all myself. So I'd be surprised if that does. That would front run the Maximus. I think the Maximus is probably going to be left alone. And so it's going to be pretty interesting to see that play out with the Hex Maximus pool there. Maxi pool, I should say. So looking pretty good lately. Recently, only 3 hours ago, it got all the way up to 2.75 cents. Now 2.6 cents at the moment. So this is looking really good. See that big volume candle coming there too? That's pretty exciting. So the Maxi's doing pretty well. You got to remember it's got a much lower share rate and all the rest of it. So it's really got good yield there. I think it, don't know if it, don't think it benefited from Hedron at the time, but definitely doing well. Now, Hedron itself, obviously, benefited a lot of hex stakers, particularly if you got in the first, 10 days, it was like a 11x multiplier. So that's up 18.65 cents. Lucky, which is the 7-year hex staking pool, is up 17.8% there, 2.3 cents. The Decky or Deci there is the 10-year one, so just behind the maxi, that is 10-year staking pool. That's up 15.6% at 2.266 cents. The base, which is the 1-year hex mining pool, is at 2.367 cents. This is up 14.63% at the moment, so just above where the hex is, right? So this is the 1 year. Trio, which is the 3-year one, is actually struggling a little bit. They're up 14% as well. They all have pretty relatively small liquidity, I would say, except for Deci and Maxi is kind of not too far behind there. What else? They're kind of the highlights there. Obviously, Acosa and Hedron doing particularly well today on Ethereum, up 18.65%. Acosa on Ethereum up 9%. Hedron on Pulse Chain is up 4.8%, and Acosa up 2.9%. So those are the hex derivatives. And a big shout out to Alex McFurter for Hedron Acosa, and of course Wats's as well. We haven't checked out Wats's for a while as well. We should probably do that at some stage. Let me know in the chat if you're still holding on to your Wats's. Wats's are kind of like the last man standing. And then of course, big shout out to Patrick Goldkey for all the hex mining pools because they did an amazing job during the bear market. Really good job. All right, let's get back into hex. Hex at the moment on Pulse Chain 2.26 cents, looking real good. The markets are looking hot, as we say. Hex is finally starting to show some of its, what do they call it, bull market 1 glory there for bull market number 2. Remember, right? So it's a cycle 1 coin. One would argue. It depends on what cycle you're referencing. Last cycle, I guess. Last cycle coin. Where's Hex going again? Says Brian. To the moon, Brian. To the moon. Hi all. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Says Brennan. Brennan's our TA guru, so big shout out to you, Brennan. And of course, one of our moderators. He'll be very excited about Hex here. The dog is pumping right now, says Wookie. Yeah, dog on Bitcoin. Yeah, it's doing pretty well. Also, it's not. I said it would have a little bit of delay. It played out exactly like that. A little pump and then pull back, and then decided to go for the move. Getting a lot of love from Kraken at the moment. So if you guys haven't joined our strategy club, it is the links in the video description. It is only $35 a month of really good value. We've been pumping a lot of intel in there. As we get the intel, we pump it in there. So if you are really busy, it's a good place to be. You'll just get a good summary of some of the key things. And of course, there are always opportunities you can check out. It's $35 a month, so pretty good value. The links in the video description. Join up with that. If you haven't joined our Discord, generally, we've got our Pulse Chain Hex Discord. That's $5 a month to join up. They are private Discords, so you can join up to that too. Wookie says, Wookie is the last person to leave the battlefield. I didn't realize you had an NFT in there. I don't know if you're the last person to leave the battlefield in there. Are you talking about Wats's? I know you got some Wats's, haven't you? You got some Watts, I'm sure of it. All right, so that's where we are at the moment. Hex at 2.26 cents. Looking pretty cool, or at least 2.25 pennies, 2/4 pennies. So looking very good there for Hex. What else can we say? And EHEX, we'll keep a lookout for EHEX. EHEX probably a bit of a laggard there, but I'm sure that will get some move on also. And as we say, the magic carpet ride there, down 70% from value, excluding any yield it's earning. $110 million at the moment, so keep a lookout for that. That's going to be another catalyst in the future. What will it be used for? Will it be used for supporting a maker contract on Pulse Chain and PDI and things like that? Will it, at least on the Ethereum side, perhaps with the wrapped version? We shall see where all that ends up. Will it be used to lift Pulse Chain? It goes up as a square value on the V2 pools, and everything else goes up, right? The water, raise the water, all the ships are raised. It's going to be a lot of fun to see where it all lands with the Magic Carp ride. The other thing, of course, is the court case on the 31st of October. That looked very good in Richard's favor. And of course, I would say, some people are saying 75%. I would agree with that. 75% favorable. We'll probably wait till probably the end of November, somewhere through the end of January. By the time we get some court hearing on that from the judge. The judge asked some very good questions, seemed very favorable. So I think that's looking good for Pulse Chain. The other thing, of course, is we got Trump winning the US election on the 5th of November, and he is pro-crypto big time. They're going to get, to get rid of Gary Gensler. I think he already resigned, didn't he? Indicated his resignation. We're going to have simplified regulations. The court cases will probably be dropped. We could very well, that's our insurance policy, as I've said for some time, for the SEC case there. It's a very weak case. I think even from a layman's point of view, it's weak. You don't have to be a lawyer to see that the case was weak. Was that a lot of factual errors. And so, and of course, he had the dream team of lawyers that really did decimate the SEC in that court case hearing. We've posted a transcript of that in the Discord. What else? So that's kind of cool. Now, if we do get the insurance policy, obviously we could probably get the judge thing out earlier because by the end of January they'll be out earlier. We've got Trump sworn in on 20th of January, and therefore we probably wouldn't have people getting into cabinet unless they use some of those early what they call it, early dismissals or whatever they call it, getting them early, which hasn't been used before apparently. So we'll see what happens there. Then we could get someone in the cabinet there by February, March. I think it's probably March maybe, and that's our insurance policy. So because I think they'll probably just drop the cases, but they'll probably have to review it as well. They'll say what's a briefing paper to review all the court cases we've got going, and then they'd probably have some pretty big red pen from whoever's running the SEC then. So yeah. Brent says, good riddance, Gary. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Well, hey, look, if I saw Elon Musk and Vivek, who are going to run the Dodge, as it were, they were talking about one of the two agencies that it looks like they're going to be up first for culling is the one of them is the SEC, which is pretty funny. And the other thing, of course, is the other thing, of course, is that it's going to be interesting to see how much of the deep state gets cut. So one of the big things about deep state is that they're going to try and move a lot of it out. They're going to cull a lot of departments, a lot of maybe even divisions, and then departments, and then some of the other stuff's going to be moved. So they're going to move it out of liberal areas and move them into more conservative, libertarian, moderate areas, right? So that's going to change a lot of the staffing, and that would the people that believe in liberty, believe in freedom, rather than authoritarianism and self gain and all the rest of it. We're going to see a lot of that. That's going to be massive changes, and that's why we're going to see potentially a lot of risks in between now and inauguration. So it's going to be fun to see how that play out. When I say fun, I mean obviously fun. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's fun times, man. Well, we are so lucky. We are so lucky that Trump won. It is unbelievable. It's like winning the lotto, honestly. It is a big deal, not only for crypto, but for our freedom and the whole Western civilization. It's going to be benefited big time, as well as the rest of the world too, with peace and safety, right? It's going to be pretty cool. What else we got going? We got get in the chat there. Let us know if you got anything you want to talk about. Let me know. Come on, B. Let the door hit him, says Brian. Come on, let's what the heck's up, says Lance. Yeah. Hey, look, the SEC was, wiped out billions of dollars off Pulse Chain, didn't it? Through that and other court cases that's been put up. They really went for lawfare rather than making up their own laws as well. But the court, they've lost a lot in the courts, so it's been favourable for Pulse Chain. Brennan says, hopefully it's a revolving door, says Brennan. Yeah. All right, cool. Let us know in the chat there. Are you excited about what you're seeing with Hex? Let us know if you're excited about what we've seen with the court case of Richard Hart. Let us know. I know Richard posted a post out today. In fact, let's go have a quick look at that. Hopefully I can pull that up. We got Rack and Rochelle back, right? That was positive news as well. Having the big sacrificer, Rack and Rochelle back. Yeah, this is Richard Hart here. Hex is up 20% again today. New all-time highs in Pulse terms. So Richard, very excited about that. He's had 52,700 views in only a few hours. So people are loving that. So that was from Richard Hart himself. Now I have got Richard Hart on the thumbnail today in honor of Hex. Pretty exciting. So it is pretty cool. Look at that, Richard Hart posting out many other times Hex has been up on the run there. So very exciting times to be in Hex. Wookie says, or as they say down south, don't let the door hit you where the Lord split you. And they actually say that. I've never heard that saying, but it doesn't. So I never ever heard that down there. Not that I live down there, but hey. All right. So I hope you guys are enjoying it here. We are at a 2.26 cents. Having a good time with Hex, man. What a celebration. Hex is over 2 cents. Rich mode activated. That's what I put in there. Rich mode activated because this is really a key line for Hex. And this is the hourly chart we're looking at the moment. It is about to do something crazy this time. 50 cents, let's say we did last cycle. This cycle, what will we do? $1, $3, $5, $10. It's going to be fun, man. We've got lots of leverage points. Obviously, Bitcoin, Ethereum leverage points. Donald Trump, SEC leverage point. We've got Richard Hart Magic Cartwright leverage point, court case leverage point, potentially maker contracts and stablecoin leverage points. As you guys know, I'm very bullish about PUSD ALGO. If you want to get into that, we're going to have to be patient, though. We've got to get that 1 million target. Currently at about 443. Let's have a quick look at that while we're here, because I really do think this is going to be a really big scalable. Now, obviously, if you guys know about Terra Luna. Now, Terra Luna, of course, is had a lot of human intervention, a lot of design bottlenecks, but here with PUSD ALGO, this is from Jacob. Of course, we know pretty much one of the best GameFi DeFi devs in the world, building on Pulse Chain, particularly around casinos, peer-to-peer casino technology, mafia game, metaverses. They're going to be the first metaverse coming. It always seems to take a bit longer than we expect, but it's going to get here eventually, hopefully by December, January. We're going to have both of those two big keystone protocols coming to Pulse Chain and other chains. But obviously, PUSD ALGO could be our next big stablecoin. Obviously, we've got USDL, we've got HexDC, we've got what XUSD just come out there. We've got PDI, we've got these speculative coins. But actually, PUSD ALGO is the scalable one, right? It's going to have new technology. We've already seen it in testnet many months ago. Operate like a boss. And it has a stability miners, right? This is going to be the secret sauce. And these people provide capital at different terms, going to be earning different yields on that, potentially earning even more of the stable coin. It's going to be pretty amazing. The peg is going to be very clever because you're going to have to get this new token ALGO to get PUSD. So you actually won't necessarily be interacting with the actual stablecoin price itself, which is going to keep it very stable. And of course, we did see at the time that the price was incredibly stable for the PUSD ALGO, better than the other coins that we've got that are running liquidity forks or the fiat-backed one on Coast. It was way more stable than that. So, and the thing about it is that it's scalable, right? So it can actually scale up. So I'm very bullish about this. We do have to be patient, though, about when it's going to be launching. Now, there's obviously going to be multiple ways to earn on this platform as well. We know that's very, very attractive. So, yeah, it's exciting times for this, I think, in multiple ways. And also, they're looking to have a way of earning just while you're interacting with it. You earn as well with the token. So I'm pretty excited about where this will go. ALGO, it's going to be ALGO, the main coin, PUSD, the main stablecoin, which is a perfect name for Pulse Chain. And, of course, you're going to be able to scale it. So people will speculate on ALGO. They will have to buy and use ALGO to mint the stablecoin. So I think it's going to be massive for the scalability issue. And that's what we need to solve on Pulse Chain. So I'm very excited about where that will go. What else we got on here that I was going to talk about? Staking. What's the incentive swap? Now let's go to unwrap. So pretty cool. I think the earnings probably won't already go on here. So that's going to be pretty cool. Sacrifice is open at the moment. Now you're going to have to be patient about when this actually launches. We do have to reach the $1 million target. We're at 443,000 at the moment. I'm hoping that we get this, can reach this target by next year. So let's see. I think it's at 85% chance. Let's see how we go there. And at the moment, you can get 2 bonuses entering. So you get a referral bonus, which you can use the link in the video description. That's 19%. So you're winning straight away with that. And then secondly, if you do $1,000 inclusive of the referral bonus, you will get the X bonus. Now the bonus X is up to 2X. So you don't know what it's going to be. It's random between 1.01 and 2X. You can sort of see it up here. You sacrifice to this wallet here, or capital raise, however you want to talk about it, into this wallet here. And then you will get credited. So you just have to connect your wallet, send your crypto to this wallet here. You can use mini tokens. You can use EDI, USDC, USD Tether, PulseXX, and it's definitely looking like this could be super, super bullish. So far, up to 443,000 raised. Need to get to 1 million. Now, what's the money going to be used for? That's, what you ask for. Well, actually, it needs to set up the LP pools, right? So liquidity pools. So it needs capital to set all those up because there's going to be multiple peers, and those peers will be, PUSD ALGO, the Flex token, which is what's going to be the incentive token. If you do anything on the protocol, you're going to earn Flex. So it's pretty cool. And ALGO is the main coin, a bit like Terra was, Terra Luna. So it's going to be the main coin. And of course, PUSD ALGO is the stable coin, which I think is fantastic for branding. Now, the cool thing about this, it'll be scalable. So people will, speculate on ALGO just like they did Terra Luna, and it could become a huge killer app on Pulse Chain. So that's why I'm very excited about it. It's going to use new technology. So instead of having people and bottlenecks, it's going to have instant conversion between the tokens, and of course also it's going to have bots that hold up the peg of the dollar. So very clever. This is the state of the art, and of course it's coming from the world's best peer-to-peer developer, Jacob. So we're pretty excited about this. So yeah, what will you get for $1 sacrifice? You're going to get 20 ALGO coins, which is the main coin, a bit like the Terra Luna, and you're going to get Flex tokens, which is the incentive tokens for using the platform, and then you're going to get some wrapped PUSD stablecoin there as well as part of for every dollar that you sacrifice. Now you boast your sacrificings by doing that. So if you get a 19% bonus like this guy, he ended up having $10,961 in total. But then because he was over $1,000, he ended up getting a bonus X. He got randomly generated at 1.62, which is a pretty good number. And so his total sacrifice went to 17,756. And for every dollar that he had, he got allocated 20 ALGO, Flex, and Wrap PUSD. And you can see those tokens that he got there waiting for, obviously, this to launch. Now, you will have to be patient about the timeline for launching, but I'm really super bullish about where this will head to. So the link's in the video description for that. Definitely use that. Get a 19% bonus straight away and start winning. Now, actually, there's probably some more on here. Let's go to page 4. This gives you someone that got a 1.19% referral bonus, ended up having over $1,000, got $1,273, and then of course qualified for the bonus X, which is over $1,000, got a 1.82, so it's a really good rate there. Now you might get a low one, you might get 1.21, so just remember that it's randomly generated for bonus X. But there are two bonuses. The easy one is the referral bonus. The link's in the video description for that. It's easy to get that straight away. But the bonus X could be between 1.01 and 2. And so they ended up with $2,300 in total sacrifice points or dollars there, and ended up getting this amount of tokens. So those tokens are ALGO, Flex, and Wrap PUSD, the stablecoin, which is the Wrap version. So it gives you an idea. Let's go to the next page actually to see what happens when you don't. Let's go to page 6 actually. 7. Yeah, so this gives you an example if you don't get so people here, they had no referral bonus, which is crazy. Why would you do that? You can get 19% one in the video description. You can use that. And of course, these people here, they got bonus X's. But the ones down here, see these ones here? This one didn't use any referral code, this account, and it didn't get any bonus X. It got $900, and it could have just done another $100 more, or at least a referral code. Could use a referral code, would go over $1,000, and then would have got a bonus X as well. So they lost out twice just because they weren't, weren't thinking about it. I don't know. But they got $900, and that's the tokens that they got for it. So just make sure you're winning. Just get that referral code first, and links in the video description. And of course, if you do $1,000 inclusive, you will then suddenly get a bonus X. So this one here didn't use any referral bonus, had $1,000, but they got a bonus X of 1.57, ended up with $1,570 for their credit, and ended up getting these amount of tokens. So they got way more tokens with that. But of course, not as smart as this guy up here. This guy here did use the 1.19% referral, which is in the video description. Ended up getting just over $1,000, and then got a bonus X and got 1.92. So this wallet absolutely crushed it, and then ended up with $1,937. So pretty awesome. Maybe they start off with about $800. They ended up getting $1,937 credit. So already winning from that point of view, and therefore got way more tokens for when this launches. Now, like I say, we'll have to be patient when it launches, but once again, you can check that out. Links in the video description. Now, I'm excited about that because we need these killer apps to come into Pulse Chain that are scalable. So that'd be pretty cool. So I think we've got 4 stable coins, 3 liquidity forks, 1 fiat one, which is Coast. Now we've got the XUSDX as well, which is another variation. And so we're really looking forward to PUSD ALGO coming with full DeFi botted technology, keeping that stablecoin peaked and scalability through the moon there with the ALGO coin there. And while we're talking about that, Hex is moving back up. So we're at 2.3 cents now on Hex, looking pretty damn good. And target price for me is the 2.9 cents on the Fibonacci extension. So let's see how we go there. We've got a pretty quiet chat. I thought the chat was pretty lively before. It's quieted down quite a bit there. Brian says, konnichiwa. Indeed, konnichiwa. All right. Hope you guys are having a good time here, celebrating Hex on the upside. We do have a lot more projects coming to Pulse Chain. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'm very bullish about Jacob's stuff because he really is the best peer-to-peer dev in the world. And they're going to be looking to consolidate PUSD, Pulse Pot, BNB Pot, Pulse Predict. That's going to be a lot of fun. What else? And then, of course, that's going to be some. I think they're going to have some big deal about that because Cult DeFi has been talking about that, saying that people haven't got enough of those tokens. So we'll see where that goes. He's obviously got Mafia coming, which is going to be the #1 GameFi project on Pulse Chain and multi-chain, right? BNB, Solana, base chain. And then, of course, if you were part of TYRH, now TYRH was super popular on Pulse Chain. And so that's why I'm super bullish about PUSD ALGO. The world's first Terra Luna done right is what I always say, using full DeFi, miner bots, which is pretty exciting. I think it's going to be cool to see that. Yeah. Let's see what else. What else? We got some comments in here. Smash the like, share, and subscribe, says Brennan. Absolutely. We got Lance in the house there. Hexo is back, says Lance. Yeah. Cream is back. Yeah, he's back as well. We got Spike says, what's up, people? Hey, Spike. Always good to see you. Spike is back too. Good to see you, Spike. And Lance says, we are back, baby, says Lance. Absolutely. We are back indeed. That's very exciting. All right. You guys enjoying it? It's pretty cool. Let's go to the mini mode. How about that? There's me there. I'm mini mode there. How you guys doing? We'll go back to screen mode now. All right. Yeah. Let us know how you guys are feeling about Hex. It is looking good. 2.3 cents. Man. There's the millionaires are going to be made again, right? The millionaires. Hex was last cycle. Hex was one of the top 5 coins. And man, it's going to be amazing this cycle. It is looking good. Now you got a whole chain. I went through all the different fundamentals that we could be on Pulse Chain. It's going to be fun to see those all play out. They haven't even really been used yet. So let's get going. Let's get excited. We've got PDI at the moment is at 61/100th of a penny, heading towards 1 cent. So that's another good narrative around there. And Maker is up at $31.32, also doing pretty well. So if you're in that sort of Maker die theory with Richard Hart, then man, that's looking good at the moment. Magic Carver Ride is down at the moment, but earning yield, no doubt. So we'll be watching that. And Hex itself is on the moon there. Richard Hart's posting about it, 2.3 cents. And Richard Hart is definitely loving it because he's posting about it today as well. So there we are, 9 hours ago, posted that. Hex is up 20%. Let's go. Looking very, very bullish. We have a lot of protocols coming. As I said, Jacob's ecosystem's coming. We've got Mafia coming. TRH was super successful. I think PUSD ALGO is going to be something special. We just got to get it over the line there, up to the 1 million. So, Rack and Rochelle, if you're watching, definitely consider, participating in PUSD ALGO. Maybe a few of your friends, if we can get that million, that's going to be useful. Now, remember, the majority of the money is going to be used for LP pools to set up the stablecoin system. So just remember that. And the miner box there, people will be able to add their capital in, earn some pretty good yield doing that as well. And also be able to go to end page, earn on there. And stake as well. So there's going to be lots of different opportunities for people to participate with PUSD ALGO. So looking forward to that. Yeah, Jacob's really bring a lot of alpha projects to the old Pulse Chain. We've had obviously a whole array of meme coins on Pulse Chain. We've had a whole ton of influencer coins. At the moment, we've got Scuba Steve up 6.7%. Trayvon's there, Axis Alive, Firewhale, Randy Halasky's friend on SolidX. That's going to be another one to look out for in December. We're expecting another GameFi project crash coming as well. We got Ben there doing pretty well. Paul Pleb there from Hexy Bastard as well, and No Token as well on there. So all doing pretty fun on those. What else are we going to go to? Let's go to the overall on Pulse Chain and have a look at that. Let's have a look at overall on Pulse Chain. Let's see what's done in there. We've got $26 million in volume at the moment. It is a weekend, so that's pretty damn good. We've got 333,000 transactions operating pretty normal around this range now. Looks like we've got some pretty crazy ones there. There's lots of meme coins launching. Apparently, Amber's launched today. It's got only 10K liquidity, remember that, but it's up 44,000%. You've got to love those. Now, Hex USD was the stable coin we talked about that's launched. 1.9 cents apparently at this value. Matched with Pulse, up 45% today, 130K liquidity. Lady Gaga, Jupiter out there. Hex, of course, taking number 8 spot today. Nice to see that, right? Up 18%. ALGO, which obviously benefits, it's a Hex derivative type of project, that's up 70.5%. Hex Diamond, which we haven't seen the developer of Hex Diamond around for ages. He used to be here a regular viewer and in Discord. That's up 14.5% at the moment. PDC, of course, we talked about these DAO reflection tokens. PDC obviously been one of the best projects on Pulse Chain. That is up 14.5% today, so looking pretty good. What else there? Bullseye, Teddy Bear. Everyone loves Teddy Bear. A lot of influencers, like I think Moon King is it that loves Teddy Bear. It's up 10.7%, definitely being the top performer. UFO related to PDC up 12.5%, doing pretty well. Pulse Inu there up 11.7%. We've even got this new one here, X, which has been around for 3 months. That's at 18 cents at the moment, up 11.5%. So those are the kind of the coins, including ModCoin. Those are all over 10% gainers today on the old Pulse Chain. Not bad. But Hex at the moment showing some magic, 2.315 cents. Looking pretty damn good. Big up Wales only. Yeah. Wales, has he been around? I haven't seen him around much lately. Is he still around? Let us know if he's still around there. Is he still streaming? I haven't seen him for a while. What else there? Can we see a dog chart, Super? Yeah, we can. Let's pull up the dog chart there. Let's go to coin market cap. So this we're moving away from Pulse Chain here, folks, just for a moment. So we're going to go down to the meme coins and have a look at dog on Bitcoin. So let's go down here. The dog on Bitcoin. Let's go all and we'll log that. Actually, let's go to the last month maybe. So yeah, we're getting actually go to the last 7 days. A better view, yeah. So yeah, pretty good actually. I mean, we came all the way down. We were down at 3.5 cents. We're now at 6.4 cents. So doing pretty well. That's in the last week. So really, the last couple of days we've had that nice rally. We had a big pump with the news, and then we sold off a bit, and then it just pumped up that, which is what I said it would do, and that's what it's done. So there we go. Doing pretty well. The old dog on runes on Bitcoin, number one meme coin on Bitcoin. So it sort of makes sense that this is going to do pretty well after the Kraken has listed it on its perpetuals. Now, obviously, they're wanting to get spot listings on these, so that's the big thing that people are after. I hope you enjoyed that there, Brennan. There we go. There's Strategy Club link. Join up today. Only $35 a month. Really good value. And I see we've got people there at different links in there. Nice one. Hex Australian and House there. I hardly ever comment, mate, but thank you for your constant bear market streaming and all you've done for the Hex community. Awesome stuff. I appreciate that. Thanks very much, Stu. Big shout out to you, and I hope you enjoy the mad gains because you hanged around. You hanged around for them. So well done to you. It's a psychological, right? It's all psychological. Big up to Wales. Yeah, let me know if he's around. Wookie says, let's see the dog go. Yeah, it's doing pretty well. I'm sure it's going to do a nice run there. 93% up in the last 3 days. Dogs to the Mars, says Wookie. I think it's dog to the moon, but Mars too is good. Lance says, big up to KDP Crypto. Yeah, she's definitely one of the big influencers on X there, doing a great job as well. She's still doing YouTube. She started YouTube, and I don't know if she's still doing that or not. But definitely done a great job for the community. Lance and how's that? Big up Richard Hart. When will they live stream again soon? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what Richard Hart does there. Life changes as well, right? I think he will probably stream, and there's a chance that he will stream. I don't know whether it will be by himself or on someone else's channel. But he is getting older too. But I think this bull market's probably one that he may do. So we'll see where he heads with that. Someone said the other day that he was met him in a club, met Richard in a club. It's probably in Europe somewhere, I guess. So I presume the person was telling the truth there. When will they live stream again? Soon. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he'll go on Hex Soldier's show or something like that, or one of the other close influencers that he has good relationships with. Was it Dog? What's his name? I forgot this guy's name. Damn it. The guy that did all the steaks every day. I've forgotten his name. That's embarrassing. Let me know in the chat. You guys know who I'm talking about. I just forgot for some reason. Because he hasn't streamed as much, and I've forgotten his name. He's one of the top streamers though. in the Pulse Chain Hex community. Crypto Coffee's been consistent. I mean, he's pretty much the biggest influencer in my view, like all around, if you add up all around. I know that he's been doing some great stuff around Hex for days and days, so he's been doing great. He never really disappeared. He definitely slowed down a little bit, but he's definitely been around consistently. This obviously X has been a big growth area for Pulse Chain Hex influencers. So on X, so that's been a big deal. YouTube's very difficult to grow for crypto. They've got a lot of it's very, YouTube is not very friendly. Like X is a much better place, so that's where we've seen a lot of growth. But the format still YouTube, the videos format still favors YouTube at the moment, but I don't know if that will be the case in 12 months time. I really do think that X is ramping up its features and its long video formats and everything else. So we'll probably see X just continue to get bigger and bigger, and may eventually become a big threat to YouTube from that point of view. So yeah. Hey, look, we're up to now in 15 minutes. I think that's kind of maxed out my time. We're at 2.32 cents. Let's see where this chart goes. We've got the target price for Fibonacci at 2.9. So let's see. There's a little bit of room left in the RSI. Could stay elevated, and let's see where we go with that. Hope you guys enjoyed this special coverage. Hex over 2 cents. Rich mode is activated. It's definitely activated, right? Rich mode is definitely activated. So if you manage to accumulate and you've managed to have diamond hands, I'm sure you will be well rewarded. Obviously not financial advice, do your own due diligence, but very exciting times ahead for the old Pulse Chain Hex ecosystem there. All right, I'll catch you guys again in maybe tomorrow. I'll be back on stream tomorrow, my normal time there. All right, take care, and don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. See you in Discord, links in the video description. And of course, if you want to get into on PUSD ALGO and help get us to that 1 million mark and get some big bonuses while you do it, links in the video description. Get that 90% bonus today. And if you do $1,000 inclusive of that bonus, you'll get a bonus X as well, which could be up to 2X bonus on that. And so that would be a big deal. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. And I'll see you in Discord. Cheers.